Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Oblivion, Quest Mods. I think for this video we're gonna be doing a little bit more with, tying up loose ends and getting resolutions to different things. So, I'm gonna start with the, Inquiring the Light. Zerreshju said a book merchant was asking around about us. The Stranded Light. Mir Corrup is finished. You achieved a lot more than we dared to imagine. Unfortunately, or maybe as expected, we draw more curiosity upon us. Even before our tower, your tower stood, a few people sniffed around trying to be honest, we have no idea. They were pretty idiots. However, we found out they were sent by some book merchant in the Imperial City. We found out that he wants to find something about us. However, he declined our invitation. And if you've got the time, would you be willing to travel to the Imperial City and talk with him? Find out what he's up to? And if it is some kind of book about us, make sure to put us into the right light, will you? No.
It's my pleasure.
Sure. It is our gift to Cyrodiil. I don't know what the future holds, in which direction the Empire will steer, yet Mir Corrup will remain, even if we don't. We are, as free Daedra, at best, tolerated. This can change, for the better. What we're trying to nudge the Empire to do, or for the worse, which can result in us getting banished. Time will tell. Even if we fail, we've paved the way for another attempt. Or for others. That's the good aspect of being Daedra. Even if you die, you'll get another chance later. You have helped make our vision turn into reality. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, you asked for help? Yes, I did. I have the feeling that history is written right now, but I am not able to witness it myself, so I thought, why not employ some help in gathering everything I need to know? It is a big project. You'd be only one of several people helping me. What's the project about? Mir Corrup and the Stranded Light. Mir Corrup is one thing. It's covered up pretty good already. The Stranded Light, however, it's more than obvious that many of its members are Daedra of some sorts. Hey, I don't object. That's a better kind of invasion than your usual Daedra visits. However, I couldn't find enough volunteers to actually have a chat with them, so I asked the devil itself, so to speak. Especially after the Mir Corrup coup, people want to know more about them, not Daedra in general, not the usual propaganda used by them, but about the, persons, beings of the Stranded Light, so other people may know more about them on a personal level. Why not ask them directly? That's what I'm trying to do. If you mean writing letters or any such nonsense, well, you only get some propaganda back. Just think about the Xivilé and Skingrad. Oh, she's harmless and not allied with Mainland's Dagon. Great, but that wasn't what I asked. They're pretty tight-lipped when it comes to their members on a personal level. However, that's what's interesting to most people, and what would likely help your guild too. For many people, Daedra are enigmatic monsters. Let's try to change that, shall we? At least getting rid of the enigmatic part. What was I thinking? Anyway, are you in or not? What's in it for me? During my research, I found many odd things that are of more use for an adventurer like you. You can have them. However, the best things only go to the best investigator. So make sure you find out the most interesting stories. I'll help. Great. Then go around and gather some little secret stories and other interesting tidbits about the Daedra of your guild. I want to hear as much as possible, at least 10 things, but the more the better. However, don't pester any member too much. I don't want to end up with their usual propaganda or mind plays. Just ask one question and be done with it. Trust me, you wouldn't want to know what happened to the last one trying to help. What happened to him? Well, the one who tried to interview Kara has totally lost his mind, doesn't sleep anymore, and mutters something about Breton gut ragu. That was a bit too much. Best not to dig so deep. And the one sent to Valeria didn't come back. I heard he joined some cult of Sanguine. The one who tried to speak with Beramkne came back with many books about Azura, but nothing about her. I'm tired of it. So ask them casually something that they may answer truthfully. Understand? Good. Then good luck. So the Inquiring of the Light is kind of...
It's my pleasure.
Hard to get the best reward. Because you need 50, and there's 21 Daedra to talk to. Just wanted to know. Alright, I'm listening. And so you need 50 interest points, and these give 1 to 3 for each one you choose. So if you choose the wrong one enough times, you might lock yourself out of the best reward. So like for Kanaane, the best one is ever been to Morrowind. Do you think I was one of the golden saints guarding treasures, slaying would-be Neravans? No, I was not. My talents always lied elsewhere. I was in Morrowind, not on a stress relief holiday as many of my comrades. Lord Shagor tasked me to find out what Azura had planned and how the cult would react. That was a diplomatic mission. Like Tesserayiel before, I assumed the role of an Altmer, which is a lot more dangerous in Morrowind than in any other province, because they know how we Aureal look. Needless to say, while I was found out Azura's plan, I was unable to do something about them, so I merely tried to prevent further damage. The heart of Larkorn has freed Dagon and the false gods destroyed, yet that also caused my cave to collapse. Bad luck. I must confess, I worked with the Tovanis, the only great house tolerating beings like myself. It was about the Blight. Dagon may have been gone, but the plagues were still out there. And so I was mixing up potions, minding my own business, when a boulder dashed down and shattered my skull. Back to the void. What a waste. Did you happen to know if Kawama Queen got cured? Oh, never mind. The Kawama Queen. So yeah. So for each one there's 3 different questions, and you gotta get like +3, like the best option, the best question for like 10 of them at least, and +2 for another 10, and then you'll have enough for the best reward from Fintius. But I'll go through and try to get the best answers or best questions. If I choose the wrong one, the right one will be in the description.
Good afternoon.
Alright. So, Tesserayiel, good to see you again. There's something I want to give you, if only to let you know about it. It's a little text we've written as introduction to new members. While most of it is already known to you, I think you deserve to have it too. Especially since we, for the last time, are using your exploits at Kavach to demonstrate our intentions. Here, take it. Well, there's likely not much new. Some parts may even surprise you. I just wanted to know what's on your mind. So this one is worth like 3, this one's worth 2, this one's worth 1. So Aureal and Akatosh, any connection? The Golden Dragon and the Golden Saints, is there any connection? Oh, of course not. We are Daedric. Alduin is, for the sheer irony of this Kalpa, Adric, and thus I have a chance. The real question is there any connection between the Mehrunes, Dagon, and Akatosh? The color is just a coincidence, coined by Magicka. Same reason Altmer are golden. No, we Aureals have nothing in common. I try to protect, not destroy. I hope that someday you will understand what I mean. See, now I thought she had a reference to like Elduin and how she created the Stranded Light to prepare for the events that will happen in Skyrim in like a couple hundred years. But maybe I was just imagining that.
It's my pleasure.
Oh yeah. And yeah, the greatest achievement in a long list of achievements. As we started with the Stranded Light, none could have imagined that we were going to do. I myself do not believe it. It's true, though, we have done deeds worthy of legends of history. Your fight against Yulaza may not appear in any bard's tale, but Mir Corrup serves as a monument. A monument as our guild for our goals, like the guild guide. It's deceptive a bit. Getting Lesser Daedra accepted through the back door of helping mortals, what can I say? It worked. And now there is a city, a guild guide, services available formally, locked from the public. I hope that our stay in Mundus will continue. Nevertheless, if I get banished tomorrow, I know I have won a battle. Not a battle of weapons, but one of words, of opinions. As I was first seen around the Imperial City, I had to say I'm an Ulmer, and that my armor is just an heirloom from Somerset. Today I could go out and say what I am, and no pitchforks would be raised. Well, maybe a few of some fanatics, but you've always got some of those. As I said, thank you. You've changed the world for the better, and that is something to be proud of. So yeah, I think I might have already went through that before and recorded it, but I forget. And yeah, you have to ask her in order to be asked to ask about the Daedra at Mir Corrup.
Farewell.
Sure. Kara, Breton gut ragu. What? No, not interested. Why do people keep pestering me for such recipes? Ventius mentioned something. Ah yes, his little, how did he call himself? Investigator? They were just noodles. What an idiot. So I guess she scared someone. Just wanted to know. This won't end well. What do you do in your free time? Why did you team up with Tesser? Do you feel like a burden to the Stranded Light? Why'd you team up with Tesser? I was with her long before she found herself in Mundus. You could say I merely came along with her. I would have preferred to keep me out of the spotlight, but I will not question her visions. She is a strange being, so strong that she dared to face the Cameron usurper, and even Mehrunes Dagon himself, to save a world what would only condemn her to the void without a second thought. And yet hurt by a loss even deeper than the fall of my sisters. She gave me comfort, and so if she needs me, I give her comfort. Usually in our home, we Lesser Daedra don't sleep, we merely meditate, or let our thoughts drift astray. As Tesserayiel and myself had to sleep in mundane environments, well, I wouldn't have had the nerve to stand sleeping. I was terribly afraid, and so was she. Today she may not need me anymore, but I will be here for her. Wherever and whenever she may need me, we are like ships that sail through the night. So yeah, you can choose between the 3 questions for 21 different Daedra, and I think you need like at least 60 points to get the best reward. So if you do the best one for every one of them, that's well, 3 times 20. Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
I think it's 50 that you need, or maybe 40. I forget. Not 60.
Goodbye. I hope I can help.
I could finish the interviews now, but I haven't gotten enough yet. Just wanted to know. Please, go ahead. It is what I do, answering questions, day and night. So, inner conflicts. How do you find stray Daedra? Empathy. From the lowliest scamp to the highest Aureal commander, these creatures have feelings and thoughts. They aren't mindless killers and monsters, even if they may appear as such. I must confess, it took some thousands of years for me to understand that there is something redeemable in any creature, with its own will. That is a trait mortals and Daedras share. Tesserayiel understands too. That's why she found me, and tries to work with me. This has never happened ever. Even in the greatest peril, Mazkin and Golden Saints never tried to help each other. Our mission does not only involve mortals and Daedra, but also Daedra and Daedra. Together we can last, alone we will fall. To get back to your question, if I learn about any Daedric beings stranded here, I try to imagine how they would cope with their situation, and through that I find them. Hardest part is getting them to their senses. Most are frightened, paranoid, aggressive. They need to calm down, and then we can take care of them. So yeah, for the interviews, you need 5 for the mortal races or the common races, and at least 2 for the rarer ones, the ones added by Race Balancing Project. So I've interviewed at least 2 of every race. Yeah, that's the minimum requirement. But yeah, I've interviewed 2 of the more exotic races, even 1 of the very exotic races. So you need that, and 5 for all of the common vanilla races.
You too. Well met.
And yeah, it's a little weird. You can ask her about the painting of Zindria, and she admits that she was the one there. Zindria, the place I ran to, sought someone, but didn't find anyone. Then Karashivuel found me. Zindria is a place of great importance to me. Before I came to Mundus, I was there, for a while, contemplating about my existence, and what I wish to achieve, what I aim to do. Sometimes you need to let go, and I let Zindria go. Now it is only a fond memory of beaches, sunsets, and peace. So yeah, if you ask her about the painting, she admits that she was the one there, but if you ask her outright, she doesn't. And here's Teshekru. A little butterfly told me you've made some discoveries around Zindria. A little ruin in the Shivering Isles. Oh, the butterfly tasted good, but that's beside the point. I've heard the name Zindria before, whispered in a talk between Tesserayiel and Karashivuel. They know the place, and I'm sure you found something about our glorious leader. Care to share with me what you've learned? You eat butterflies? No, I don't. It was a joke, a figure of speech, a little joke to lighten the mood. Butterflies are much too dusty to eat. There's nothing at them besides dust and wings that get stuck between your teeth. So would you please stop dodging my question? Lost a friend, and then her faith. So, now that's unexpected. I never would have guessed. Losing is something we Daedra cannot cope with very well. We're used to be immortal, and that our friends and lovers are also immortal. If they aren't, or worse yet, if they reach zero-sum, well, I can understand that it has devastating impact. Many thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. So yeah, that's from the Of Saints and Seducers, where you find out about Tesser. I think I did that. I said that line before, and I didn't really understand what she was talking about at the time.
Well met.
So sure, let's do Tesserayiel too. Or Teshekru. Oh, I know how that is. I desire for knowledge burning deep inside you. Let me be your spring to douse your flames. What are your desires? To have a new life in all its facets. While the behavior of some Daedra seducers may make you think we're only about carnal passions, that is not the whole picture, at least for me. Taking a walk in the afternoon sun, watching stars at night, spend an evening with friends at an inn, play games to pass some time, talk about whatever is on your mind, enjoying a feast, drink some mead, dance through fog and rain. I confess there are more carnal urges in me. Denying what I am is without merit. Spending a night with someone I like, and who likes me, sounds just right in my line. However, that's not everything I am about. My kind may be known as Daedra Seducer, but that's not all I do. Not all I want to do, but everything I wish to experience. Not everything I wish to experience. Most of all, after everything I went through, after Mehrunes Dagon's invasion, I desire some peace. I fought my battles, and paid with my blood, home, and everything that once was dear to me. Now I just want to have a new life, without being thrown into the void or into a soul gem. Is that too much to ask? So, I went through the romance stuff on the other character. I'll put the video up, a link to it. Set stage BGSQ 6 Tesh 35. I've agreed to form a spiritual bond with Teshekru. She asked me to come to the top of Mir Corrup Tower. So yeah, I just skipped ahead to the spirit bond part. So yeah, if you want the unique dialogue choices you need to make in order to get to this point, check the other video. But I figured I'd just skip over it this time. With VGSQ 6 Tesh 35. The friendship phase is 10, stage 10, and the roommate phase is stage... No wait, the friends phase is stage... The friendship stage is stage 5, and the roommate phase is stage 10, so... But you probably shouldn't do the roommate one or the spirit bond one if you don't have the tower yet, because that'll just really confuse her, because she'll try to go someplace that doesn't exist. Splash. So yeah. Had to repeat that twice now. And if you want to test the spirit bond, the best way to do it is to drown. And then while the spell is active, anytime you go below 50 health, you'll get teleported back to the tower. So, here we are at the Red Navel. Valeria's sleeping. Oh, yeah. Hello, welcome to the Red Navel. What can I do for you? Please forgive me my sleepiness, but you've pulled me out of a sweet dream. Sweet dreams? Yes, we all carry our memories with us, sweet and bitter ones. Not a long time ago, I served as a companion to a mortal, and well, I had feelings for him. Yet we had to depart, because, well, things did turn ugly. I never managed to say goodbye. I don't even dare to send the letter I wrote to him, because I can't trust any courier. Do you know if he's still alive? Oh, I'm sure. I will know if he dies. I can deliver the letter for you. Would you? This would ease my heart. Yet, there are two things you need to know before you make your decision, so please, hear me out first. First, I met him as I was still serving Sanguine, and he was a Daedra worshipper. I'm glad that he fell into my hands because his friends didn't have so much luck. Two names, Verjeka to Rumorin. In the end, one was raped, killed, soul dragged into Cold Harbor. The other, well, only a dry husk remains. He fled from me, but I would have never done such a thing to him. He was precious to me. Second, I'm not allowed to say his name, or give more information about him. There are rules I have to adhere to. You have to find out who he is. I can only say that he is a human, and that I met him as he was a Daedra worshipper. Nothing else. So still willing to deliver the letter? Of course, give it to me. Here, have it. Good luck, and many thanks. So, Requiem 1. So yeah, I think you can ask some people and look around and find some clues like this. And you've probably seen that painting around other places as well. There's also an inn near Kavach where there's a painting, the Gotcha Inn, and the inn owner says that it was to be delivered to someone in Kavach, but they rejected it, and so that's how he ended up with it. So there's some little clues like that.
You choose to share your
You've succeeded. Great. Hopefully they get a bit more used to each other now. It's about time, don't you think? for your efforts, take this big gem. You've earned it. So yeah, that's for hushing an anxious kitten. I just wanted to know. No need to feel blue. Just ask ahead. How do mortals react to your presence? Karashivuel placed me here for a reason. I'm no Kanaane. Mortals never had reason to want to run away from me screaming and begging for mercy. Not that it didn't happen, but oh well. Visitors come to Mir Corrup usually have already heard of me. Nevertheless, they are hesitant to talk to me, ask something. It may be a plot of Kara even. For here, visitors coming and going have to talk to me. They can't just rent a horse to get back into Cyrodiil's mainland. Therefore, I see a lot of business. A lot more business than, say, Kanaane, which is a good thing. However, people making their first trip to Mir Corrup, they're usually out of their mind when they land in our little outpost. Some even thought they were teleported to Oblivion. Sooner or later, they realized they were not, and then the usual cycle of fear, hate, distrust, and slowly warming up begins. I guess I could ask you too.
Well met.
So I just wanted to know. Any quarrels in Mir Corrup? Mir Corrup is a quiet place. Has been for quite some time. Well, it's more lively now than in the past decades, but still, Mir Corrup's nothing like Cyrodiil or the Anvil. It's relatively safe here. Well, you shouldn't anger the eternal guardians outside of the city, and if a snowstorm approaches, you shouldn't stay outdoors. There's a reason Mir Corrup has several places to spend some hours. Mir Corrup also is somewhat of an experiment. Altmers living next door to a Merimur, Ohms and Ohms Wraith as fully integrated citizens, and of course a few Daedric beings associated with stranded light like myself. There is a certain strain in some meetings. People are tense, uneasy. It gets better by each day, though.
Farewell.
Alright, here we are in the Dunewalkers Inn. Ah, glad that you've come by. There is an issue we need help with. It's some official business. Dunewalker business. Please speak with me when it's a bit quieter around here. Well, no one's here, so what issue? Oh.
It's my pleasure.
So to get this quest, she has to be awake, and you have to have at least 10,000 gold. And I think you ask her about Turumaren. I am sorry, but I'm missing the right color. I can't finish my painting right now. Missing color? Well, yes, I need a special kind of red. Not my usual red. Wouldn't look quite right. She deserves something unique. If you'd be willing to get me my color, I'm gonna finish my painting. How do I get the color? Oh, that's easy. I only need 5 pints of Daedra Seducer blood. Take this little dagger, it'll help you get it. 5 should be enough. Oh, and don't try Valeria, she's just not suitable. Something has changed her. I already tried while she was asleep. Find another one.
It's my
Can't you just take my blood? No, you've changed too. Must be working for the late Emperor or something. You're too different. Sorry.
Goodbye.
There's an air of mysticism about you.
Well, Teshekru's right here. I'm guessing she thought it would be too awkward to ask her.
I hope I can help.
Letter from Valeria. I'm sorry, but Valeria, well, I don't know her exact history. Only that she was together with someone quite important, and that she had left him alive for her own reasons, and fell for it. So, Daedra Seducer blood. You're bringing me in a difficult situation. Under normal circumstances, I deny any such request immediately. But for you, giving blood is a sacred act, at least for me, who spent so much time in Shade Perilous, and not in the flesh pits of Sanguine. It's even more sacred than spending the night with someone. A lot more. I don't know. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I just hope that one day you'd ask me another question. Until then, have 6 drops of my blood. Be careful with them. My spirit mate. Yes? So she's gonna have something about this location for... Oh, I just want to talk about it. Surprised to find me here? Girovve wants to paint me, so she would know how I look like. I've seen enough images of me which hardly resemble myself. Better than if I visit her, therefore. Alright, so we just got the blood from Teshekru.
I hope I get...
Daedra Seducer blood. You've got it? Great. Let me take it from you, and thanks for your help. The painting should be finished quickly.
It's my...
Then I can ask for painting again. And buy the Turumar one. Want to indulge in memories of her again? Safer than meeting her anyway. Okay, so I guess it is kind of a nightclub or something, because it's 8 AM and they're closed.
A pleasure.
What issue? Grumph, I hate being woken up. Better that way, though. What did I wanted to tell you? Oh, let me think for a moment. My head. Should have been careful with the mead last evening. Ah yes, the other Khajiit. The other Khajiit? Well yes, we've got a couple of more agents that need to disappear. Their lives are in danger. The Untitled Chapter are after them. So can't bring them all to Mir Corrup though. Some of them are less suited to live among men. And there are just too many. People would get suspicious, and Mir Corrup a prey too fat to be ignored for the smiling scum. Truth be told, I've got no idea what to do with these Khajiits. Would you please go to Doliandra and ask her if she's got an idea? Of course, I'll help. Great. Hopefully Doliandra has an idea.
Good
So,
day.
let's check with Doliandra. To get this quest, you have to have done Monster of Legend, Bear Hunt, completed the Dune Walker's path, and yeah, have the tower and everything. So this is like sort of the progression, the natural end of the
There's an air of
Mir
mysticism
Corrup
about
quests, because you gotta do 2 of the other ones. Secure places. For the time being, Mirindin and Mir Corrup are quite safe. Why are you asking? Too many applicants for Mir Corrup. True. If there are more than, say, 3 or 4 of us, the Untitled Chapter may be tempted to attack in full force, just to get rid of us. We can't risk that. Mirindin and Mir Corrup are out of the question, therefore. Where to bring them, then? Oh, that's a question I'd like to ask you. What place do you know of that's both inhabitable, secure, and far away from civilization? Shannara's great idea. Convince a Telvanni wizard in a small house to share a place with a lot of Khajiit. No. Stranded light outpost? Great idea. A single place that is unlikely to experience any public traffic ever. No. 19 voids? Great idea. Let's serve them as breakfast for a man-eating Daedra Seducer and her pets. No. Shetcombe farm? At the feet of Kavach, all of them sealed into a small farm. Great idea. No. Fort Oceanmouth, a remote island. Only a Mariner living there? Sounds as if it could work. With the right preparation, this is a viable possibility. Good though. I already feared I have to send them to Valenwood or Oblivion or some other hellish place. Anyway, there's something you need to do first. What do I need to do? Go to the Mariner, talk to her. After all, she has to agree to have more people sharing the small island. It should be no problem for you to persuade her. And while you're on your way, there's another thing that's required. What else is needed? Well, that's simple. We have to get our people to the island, and they won't breathe underwater. Of course, this has to change. We can't use a boat or have them swimming. They'd be seen. If they're seen, the Untitled Chapter will know where they are. Bring me 15 bottles of strong potions of the sea. They should do the trick. You don't have enough yet.
Goodbye.
So I gotta get potions and convince Tiridar. So, Teshekru.
I hope I can help.
Strong potions in the sea. I have a few, not many. I've reserved them for those people wanting to swim back from Morrowind to more civilized areas. You can have them, of course. Yeah, so that's 5 out of the way. Strong potions in the sea. I've got some for sale if you're interested. I mix up new ones from time to time. Here, take a sample. So we don't have all the potions yet, but let's check with Tiridar.
A pleasure.
We need your help. So, a place for Khajiit here. And why exactly should I share my island with them? So, if you get it wrong, you have to wait a day and then try another option. So if you remember her other quests, she mostly cares about food. They bring food with them. I will think about it. Let me sleep over it first, alright? Come back tomorrow. Okay, yeah, she has to sleep. She has to sleep on it for each option. So when you come back, she says, nah. Unless you choose the food one.
There's an air of mysticism about you.
Yeah. And here's Aurelius.
A pleasure.
Ocean's Elysium. Well, we're still underwater, but not in water anymore. That's a lot better than before. Additionally, it's fresh water, not salt water. Ugh. I hate seeing my reflection. The salt must have bleached my scales. Better waiting here than for ships there. Not much traffic nowadays.
Goodbye.
So, he's happily in
A pleasure.
Elysium now. Ocean's Elysium. Studying old legends of the Heartland. We have our own books in Padnea, but I hungered for something more exotic. I'm likely the first Marimer this century who came here on her own free will, not because of some accident. What can I say? I learned a lot, and I'm willing to share my knowledge for a few coins. After all, once I get back with the twins, life will become costly again, and remind me to bring a few oranges along. They're quite rare in our home. Don't hear many rumors. Yeah. Right, and let's talk to Shiva. Glad that you've come to visit us again. You've shown Aurelius a way back to his brethren. You've proven that you can be trusted, and well, there's a secret I can tell you, if you're interested. Better it be you than anyone else in the Empire stumbling over it by chance. She's a Stranded Light member now. Is that so? Well, it's not as if I have any other appointments today, or this week, or ever. Why don't you go outside? What could I find there that isn't in my cave? Let me think. Mortals who would just see me as yet another monster to vanquish. Guards that may track me down to my cave and find the Marimer. I'll pass, thanks. So what's the secret? It's about a woman. Few know, but the hero of Battlespire didn't win against Mehrunes Dagon in a fair fight. Neither was knowing Dagon's proto and mnemonic enough. He had to be struck by a weapon made of his own essence, the Moonreaver, a sword able to disturb even the strongest magicka flows, besides being able to humble even the mightiest warrior. One of the remaining Daedra took the sword after the hero and his companion were teleported out of the realm. This Daedroth, the Exivillate Firukuruzk, went rogue, and she took the sword with her. I have the feeling that the Moonreaver is now somewhere in Mundus. Maybe you'll be able to recover it, and then it will aid you on your path greatly. I want to find this sword. I knew you would. Unfortunately, I won't be of much help. Only Firu knows where the sword is, and if she isn't carrying it around with her, that is. So you need to find her to find the sword. Good luck. Moonreaver. As I've said, I can't help you. Background. Ask what I'm doing here. The real question is, what are they doing here? In an ancient past, I was brought into Mundus in a fruitless attempt to turn the tides of history. All was lost, so I ran away, hid deep down in Lake Rumare's ground. By chance I found this little cave, made it my home, built some furniture from the debris, and what else the waters offered me. A couple of centuries later, a wounded mariner sought refuge in this cave. Found it as I had found it long ago. I nurtured him back to health, helped him returning home. He didn't know what I was. I hadn't had any lights back then. Many years later, he returned, bringing gifts and some furniture with him. You can't imagine the look on his face as he first saw mine. Anyway, that's how the Ocean's Elysium came to be. That is how I ended up here, and why the Mariner know they're welcome here. Now why do I stay here? Some say Daedra can't change. I was not the same as I was summoned into the world. Ever fought a divine being? The scars on your body may heal, but not the ones on your spirit. My time of fighting, pillaging, slaughtering, and everything else other Xiviles regard as fun has long since passed. Bring no harm, and no harm will be done to you. Right, here's Firu with 1,000 other guards. Free, I can't believe it, thank you. I just wanted to know. Why have you betrayed me, Dagon? You mean after he betrayed us several times? We Xivil are proud creatures. What Lord Dagon did, well, it was something. It was enough for me to accept being handled like a rabid dog by mortals than accepting his antics any longer. And, what was another reason? I understood what she was talking about. She who has abandoned him for so long. She who I hope to meet here, Kara. It only took me a couple of millenniums. If Lord Dagon loses, we lose. If Lord Dagon wins, we lose. Either way, we lose. No other Daedric prince, except maybe Jigalag, was willing to step up against Lord Dagon. So I joined the only side that may come out as the winning side this time, the mortals of Mundus. And when you think you can sink no deeper, oh well. Moon Reaver, you want this terrible weapon? Alright, you freed me, and I don't want to know what in Oblivion told you that I have taken the sword with me. It's hidden, of course. I don't have it with me. In fact, I've set up a trail of enchanted chests and keys so no one can get it by accident. The first key you need is hidden in Capstone Cavern, which is somewhere west of Bruma. It's a reddish key, which can open a chest in Belda, an alien ruin between Cheydinhal and Imperial City. Then you will get a purple key. With it, you're going to be able to get the sword itself. I've dumped it where I entered this world, in Fort Edius, at the spring of the Silverfish River. The chests have an additional mechanism which you should now be able to bypass. They're heavily enchanted and open only to those knowing their purpose, which you do now. Good luck. I'm going to enjoy my freedom, and honestly don't want to have anything to do with the sword anymore. May it bring you more luck than any of its previous owners.
You're pathetic.
So she gives you the exact trail. Otherwise you sort of have to try and figure out which way she went after entering the world. So Capstone, Belda, and then Fort Edius. Yeah, I don't know how you would guess that unless there was like some clues, some dialogue that tells you, oh, I saw Daedra here. You know, at Apple Watch, someone says, oh, there was a Daedra here, and then they went to Bruma and got arrested. So I got 8, I'll just cheat to get the rest. That item 000093251. Alright, so Doliandra, Strong potions of the sea. Great. These are great news.
Goodbye.
Has it been a day yet?
It's my...
We need your help. Be quick about it. Place for cheat here. Sick of fishes and crab meat. If they're supplied with some other foods and grow some crops here, well, alright, they may come. You really got me where it hurts. Alright. So everything's ready. Oh yes, it is. I've already sent word to the potions to the individuals I asked for a safe place to be. Please go to Fort Oceanmouth and make sure they're alright, will you? In theory, everything should work as intended, but the Enrager Kren proved to be unpredictable, able to foil even the most thought-out plans.
Goodbye. There's an air of mysticism.
Yeah, set up fast. Welcome to the beach. Is everything alright?
Good day.
Weird Khajiits. So you're a lead trainer. The others are far too serious about this place. It's like holidays, sitting at the beach, enjoying the sun and the water. Our own small tropical paradise. What more is there to ask for?
Goodbye.
There's an air of a pleasure to...
Is everything alright? Sure. Fort Oceanmouth. It is what it always will be. Craftsmanship becoming nature again. Look at what once was an important port and fortress. The port gone, the fortress fallen into obscurity. For this to have happened, it just takes more time than the average few years it would have taken in Elsewhere's desert. It's a safe haven from the Enrager Kren, though they would never swim out here, nor suspect us here at all. Good enough for this fortress to still be of use.
Farewell.
Is everything alright? Physically unharmed. Happy to be? Well, I'd be happy if it wasn't an old fort, ruin to explore and treasure to discover. Instead, it's just the poor remains of a building getting bleached in salty winds under the ocean sun. Where's the fun in this? At least it won't get me into trouble like the last time I found a secret entrance in that old cave. Oh well, never mind. Got some pumpkins for you. And some watermelons. Oh, something's wrong here. Something went wrong with the easel. I don't remember this being like this. Whoa, and with a bed?
I hope I can help.
Is everything alright? This one is. Fort Oceanmouth. I'm not sure if I should be happy about being here or not. I was once a member of the Mages Guild in Solitude, helped to uncover a branch of the Enrager Kren, and was exposed as an Holmes while doing so. I was exiled to Elsewhere, where I had to run from the settlement to settlement. Before the Suthe decree was revoked, Holmes like myself had nowhere else to go. At least I'm safe here. I don't like the heat, nor do I like the smell of salt, or the constant wind. Oh well, at least there's no Enrager Kren around.
Farewell. Well met. There's much I can show you.
Is everything alright? My ears are up. Fort Oceanmouth, a nice place I suppose. Quite a change compared to Elsewhere's deserts. There's a lot of sand here, but mixed with water. Water everywhere.
Good day.
Now just gotta check with Tiridar, I guess.
I hope I can help.
That's alright. Is everyone alright? Except that I lost my quietness, yes.
Goodbye.
So, Elsewhere, agents arrived as they were supposed to. Everything's well. Time to tell Doliandra about it.
Well met.
There's an...
So, Doliandra, all is well. Great news. Thanks for helping us again. I even got a little something for you. A sigil stone. An agent acquired it. Retrieved it from quite a big Oblivion gate during a Daedra attack in Gideon. Well, oh well, the Daedra really got their bottoms kicked in Black March. You deserve it. Put it to good use.
Be seeing you.
So, decent little sigil stone. Fortify 100 magicka or bunch of different effects on a weapon. You've bound yourself to Teshekru. This is a lot worse than anything I had expected. Can't change this now. Oh dear. I feel sorry for you. Eternal torment awaits you. Don't believe me? Just wait and see. You'll experience it firsthand, sooner or later. And then there's something else. A nice little diary Kanaane discovered while she was in Shade Perilous. I'll try to get it and translate it for you. Just wait and see. If only Kanaane would remember where she stored her bits of loot. Shouldn't take more than a couple of days, I hope. Letter from Valeria? What? Sending letters around? That Daedra seducer is more trouble than anything. She used to be responsible for big names, so you probably shouldn't deliver it. Moonreaver? Why exactly are you asking? It's a terrible and dangerous weapon. I don't know what happened to it, and quite frankly, I don't want to know. Daedra is an old man, meaning not our ancestors compared to Daedra, our ancestors. Star of High Hope, as Kanaane puts it, poetically. Yet there is some truth. We are only tolerated because the Empire doesn't have the resources to deal with us, just like the random bound Daedra and ruins all over the place. Yet I think we've shown everyone that we are able to bring the change for the better, not only a change for the worse. When the next history books are written about the current years, they will report more than just Lord Dagon's invasion. We've rebuilt a city, one lost, another reborn. And maybe in time to come, mortals' perception of us will change. We will see.